Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Whiskey Sour Libations and Conversations. I am your host, Dominique, and I have my little brother in the studio. Well, not really in this studio in my living room, but in the studio in St. Louis. Okay. This is Jay White, the Prez. Are you still going by that or no?
It's whatever at this point, man. It's Jay White, it's Prez, it's Jay White the Prez. That shit started as a joke a long time ago and it stuck. So,
well, here we are. He is the host of Henny Nights. He is in. We in your fourth season, right?
Yeah, 4 years strong. Yeah, you can say
that. So y'all don't forget to check him out. Buy some of that Henny Nights merch. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share Whiskey Soured as well. And buy y'all fucking candles. You know, some of y'all are buying y'all candles, but I want more of y'all to buy some candles. So I bring you here today to discuss a situation that had happened. Yes. And I just want to put it out there. It's not that I care about niggas, because I don't care. And timeline, people gonna think timelines overlap. They don't. But I just want the disclaimer. So I just want to put it out there.
Okay.
So it leads to what you call the Hoe Fax.
Okay.
And how important the Hoe Fax is in a friendship. And I guess mainly friendships, because I feel like associates really don't count. But I guess I should just start with the backstory.
Go ahead.
So pretty much, I got a message recently regarding a person that I know. And this person that was venting to me about a situation was like fucking this dude on the low. Now, how this girl knows this guy is through me. So I feel like I was kind of taken aback, because I was like, wait a second, who? What? So this girl and I were supposed to be friends. And this was a guy that I used to mess around with. So I was just more so shocked, because again, they met through me in my friendship circle. And I felt like she should have did the check just to make sure to dot her I's and cross her T's. But she did not. And I don't know what reaction that she was, expecting out of me when she was telling me that she was blocking this nigga and how this nigga ain't shit. But it's just like my response to her, I told her, I was like, well, I'm not trying to be shady, but you know him through me. Why didn't you think to stop and pause for a second to say, hey, what's the 411 on this dude? Does he, was he messing around with you or anybody in our circle? Blah, 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 blah. That never happened. Okay. I personally felt like she kind of had an idea, which is why she didn't say anything. So she could fuck in peace, which is okay. That's cool. Do you, boo? But it's also like, okay, why would you bring that shit to my doorstep?
Right.
So I just want to know, am I tripping? To like call her out. And then I even called him out about the situation. Because again, we're supposed to be friends and you doing shady shit. So I just want to know, am I tripping?
I wouldn't say you tripping for one. So just to qualify or quantify the relationship you have with this chick or whatever, this is a legit friend, right? Like, yes. Or you thought was a legit
yes.
friend.
Yes.
Okay. So, cause like you preface it with the associates and friends shit. Like if it was an associate, I think I know you well enough for you to be like, all right, whatever. I'm not really tripping off that.
Right.
But because it's somebody that is in your circle or whatever. Yeah, it hit a little different because, like you said, and even it's funny that you say this because like me and my homeboy had a talk about this kind of similar a few weeks ago where he was like he wanted to shoot his shot at one of my female homegirls or whatever. And like he knew I'm like, that's my
right.
my homie. So like I'm protective of the women in my life or whatever. So like, but he came on some respectful shit. And this is my man's. Like,
Okay.
Like if he need me at something at 2 and 3 in the morning, like, yo, we finna ride out or some shit. Like, all right, let me get up, type shit or whatever. But like it's that respect factor or whatever. Like, yo, I know like I kind of knew of her, but like she really rocked with you, and through you, we kicking it or whatever. So like out of respect for you, like, I know that's your homegirl like that, so I'm not gonna shoot. And I told him, I'm like, bro, y'all are adults. So like, I know she's kind of dealing with somebody right now, whatever. But if she decided to give you some play,
right,
it is what it is. So you know what I'm saying? So I was like, if you want to shoot your shot, go ahead or whatever. Like I think you a solid dude or whatever, and whatever happens, happens between y'all. I don't put me in the middle of no drama. You know what I'm saying? But whatever happens between y'all, whatever. So like we'll see what comes of that or whatever. But yeah, like I don't think you are out of bounds or whatever. I would have more. I probably would have a more of an issue with the friend than I do the guy, because niggas gonna be niggas, right? So like, and I don't know the level or the relationship you and him have or whatever like that, if y'all like close or whatever. But like you said, this is somebody that's in your circle that you consider a real friend. So like, yeah, I'm gonna be more pissed off at you and looking sideways at you or whatever. Because if you wanted to take a turn, you probably would have been like, yeah, that's cool. So
yeah, I just feel like I would have, said, well, okay, so this is what has happened, and so do what you want with the information. I would probably still be like, okay, well, and not only that, because you don't know what I could have experienced. Clearly wasn't something that was bad, because this person and I are still, cool. Well, we were cool, because I was like, I had to cuss him out a couple of times. I was like, oh, dog, like, that's so fucking sloppy, because you was just on my line, like, you and your homeboy, like, cracking jokes about her and how, like, corny and lame. So if that's how you want to move and be a goofy, then cool. But don't include me in that shit. And I just feel like it was just interesting, because I was like, damn, like, am I, like, tripping, or, and I was low key, like I understand you saying that I should direct, could be more so mad at her. I'm mad at both of those niggas. Like, I was mad at both of them, just solely based on the fact that, I felt like homegirl was very calculated, again, in the whole experience, because you met him a year ago through me, regardless of whenever this started. You never mentioned anything. Like, you message me every fucking day. You comment on every fucking thing. So it's not like you don't see me or have any sort of interaction with me. You comment on every fucking thing. So you just so happen to fail to mention that you want to fuck my nigga, well, homeboy, former, you know what I mean? So I was just like, I even asked my homeboy, like, I was like, yo, like, am I tripping? Like, is this wild? But literally every dude, like, I asked, every dude said the same thing that you said. And it was, yo, if I meet somebody through somebody and we have some sort of connection, I just circle back around to my partner to make sure he ain't hit her or wherever that, you know, because you just never know. Right. And I get it sometimes, you know, like men always say men don't give a shit about shit like that. There are some, but there are a lot that actually really do. That have, if they have like some sort of like integrity, they care.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, it's interesting because like my homegirls are on like my side. They believe. Now I ain't petty. I really want them to be petty. I'm like, y'all block her. She corny. Like she not in the inner circle no more. Block like for what? Yeah. But it's interesting because the girl, like my friend that I became friends with this girl with, I talked to her about it. And apparently this has been like a thing for a minute now. And she had been trying to tell her to like, yo, like, I don't like the way that he treats you or some of the stuff that he says. So you probably really need to fall back. Mind you, this nigga told her that he was an ain't shit ass nigga. He ain't never said that to me, but I don't be, like, I still be having a wall up. So yeah. I just feel that even in talking to her, it's interesting because she said that, do you think that maybe she came to you for advice on how to navigate the situation?
That's still bold as fuck, though.
Because for me, I feel like, okay, why would you ask me or be coming to me about advice about a situation where you told me you blocking niggas? Mm. Because to me, when I block people, that's done. Like, it's not a second thought. I'm not unblocking you. I might unblock you to cuss you out one more time, but you're going back on block. But other than that, like, to me, you telling me that you block somebody, to me, that sounds like you at the end of your, like, you don't care. Right. But again, you telling me after everything is over and done, it's like, what am I supposed to do with that information? Right. So
yeah, that's crazy to ask the motherfucker that you kind of undercut for advice. Like, that's nuts.
I don't believe that, because I don't believe that she was coming to me for advice. I think she was coming to me to be messy.
Oh, okay. Oh, so to be like, yeah, I'm fucking this nigga.
Yeah, like, oh, he played games. But it's weird because, like, even leading up to this, I had posted something, like some sort of post. I don't know if it was a clip or whatever. And the girl commented on it and was just like, yeah, this is something I'm battling with. And I was just like, on what I should do when it comes to this situation. I was just like, well, bitch, stay true to yourself.
Like fighting demons? What the fuck?
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, well, whatever it is that you're going through, if it's with a partner or whatever, like, you know what you were deserving of. So stick to your guns. And come to find out
she's fucking this nigga.
I'm like, what do you want from me?
But that's crazy though. Like, and I bring this up all the time. Like, he told her, so from what you're saying, he told her from the jump that he wasn't about shit, right?
Yes.
Motherfuckers always want to find out for themselves. Like, especially if you already want to like fuck with the nigga or fuck with the chick or whatever. Like, if you already made your mind up, ain't shit really gonna stop you. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but it was like, yeah, the girl that be fucking on every nigga that look like he got it.
Right.
And then she comes swing your way or whatever. And you like, shit, I'm gonna take a turn too. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers just gotta see for themselves sometimes. So like, that's on her, because he said from the jump that I ain't shit. I ain't gonna be about shit. Or whatever. He was already talking sideways to you about it, right? Like calling her corny or whatever and shit like that. That just go to show something. It ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna stop nothing. It ain't gonna stop no show. If you want to take a motherfucker can treat you like dirt and you still be like, for whatever reason, attracted to the motherfucker. Like, it really.
It's just that, like you said, I feel like niggas is always gonna nig. And I get it, but it's just, to me, I'm like, dog, like I thought we had a better like friendship than that. Like even if shit don't work out, sometimes things just don't work out with people. But I still feel like there's a certain, like, regardless of how long it was, I'ma still just double check, because you just never ever fucking know.
Yeah.
And I've been in situations. I remember it was like this guy, like, and we're cool, but I knew him through somebody else, and he was attracted to me, but I was like, so like I messed with your homeboy, like that's weird to me. And so I did not. I was like, he was like, yeah, but I'm like, it ain't no buts. Like y'all niggas is like best friends. That's weird. And I know some people don't care, but I'm just like, I'm not gonna
care
with you. Right, I really do. Like,
yeah.
And I don't want to be laid up with you at your house and this nigga like walk in, like, cause y'all have an apartment together. That's just weird to me. I'm like, now granted, like I said, that experience only happened like 1.5 times. And I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work like I thought it was gonna work. But it's the simple fact that, like, dog, like, you don't think that that's weird that you're trying to talk to your best friend, like somebody that he used to talk to? And now, like, no. So I don't know. I don't know. You're a guy. So I don't know if these things happened to you, or do you care, or don't you care? You're just like, I'm fucking.
So you have to separate to 2 time periods. You have to separate it as an adult. And you have to separate it as like a teenager, young adult type shit. Now, teenager, young adult type shit, I've had that happen to me, where it was a chick that I was really, it was a chick that I was like fucking consistently.
Okay.
As a, back then or whatever. And like, this is when Facebook was the social media platform to be on, right? So like, me and this dude, we would like this, thick as thieves, kicking it, whatever, always out together and shit like that. So like, this chick, me and her messing around, blah, 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 we had a fella falling out or whatever. Basically, come to find out, and now that I think about it, it's never been me fucking with a chick my nigga has been fucking with. It's always been my nigga fucking with a chick that I used to fuck with at one point.
Okay.
So like, come to find out, my homeboy knocked her down or whatever, and she swore up and down that she didn't know we knew each other. I'm like, bro, it's photos of us all on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, out kicking it tough, you know what I'm saying? You gonna sit up here and tell me like you didn't know? And this nigga did knocked out everything. You know this nigga. So like, this nigga has knocked out everything or
not
whatever.
Me.
So, well, not you, but motherfuckers he has knocked out or whatever. So I'm like, damn, like,
right.
I mean, granted, like, we weren't like together and nothing like that or whatever. And I don't think that's one thing about me that I'm still like this to this day a little bit. Like, I believe in autonomy. No names, no nothing or whatever. Now, if you happen to see a body out and you like, oh shit, I might be like, hey, I'm just like, that, like, depending on how serious it was, right? Like, right. Like, hey, like, yeah, me and her used to, damn, she was on crazy. Oh, like,
what?
But like, not. But if you want to fuck with it, fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? But like, not. It has only happened one other time in my immediate circle where, this girl I was messing with or whatever, and she knew me and this nigga knew each other. Like, she knew. So like, when we weren't gonna be together. or whatever. Like I had no intention on being with her or whatever. So she went and started talking to my homeboy, and they actually, I think, got together in a relationship that it didn't last that long or whatever. But like, like just last year, he was like, "Yeah, you remember such and such?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, whatever." He was like, "Man, it was crazy." I was like, "Yeah, nigga, she's Dominican, no shit." Or whatever. So yeah, it's never been me doing it. It's always been the reverse or whatever. But also, it's not like I've dated these motherfuckers either. It's like, okay, how did you like? Was y'all fucking, or like, So
I think I'm in the same corner. I feel like it's never been me doing anything. Like I remember, like there's a guy that I used to talk to in St. Louis. And like years later, I found out that like my former best friend had like hooked up with him. And I was like, oh God, no, like, ew, like, I'm like, I didn't, and I was like, I felt kind of bad, but it was just like, she's like, girl, that was like such and such time. Like, how would you even know? And I'm like, okay, but I'm like, because I don't be trying to go up behind nobody. Like, I don't necessarily always believe that one man's trash is another man's treasure. At least when it comes to my friends, like I don't, whatever it is that you're griping about it, your nigga is not like, oh, I could treat him better than you or anything. I just be like, hey, stop being stupid, or that nigga's stupid.
Yeah.
So I don't never, but you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I had a situation where a former friend was dating a guy that I was in love with at one point. But it wasn't like I was like madly in love with him, but I like, like we had like, shared these moments together. I know all this stuff about him and blah, 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 blah. And so he and I like had a conversation offline, like, hey, so do you want to tell her that we used to like kick it? Or, do we feel like we shouldn't say anything? And we came to the agreement that we were not going to say nothing. So I never said, anything to her. She just knew that he and I at one point were like really, really, really great, good friends. Yeah. And I just left it at that. And then it was interesting because it would come a time that he and I kind of started talking again later down the line, but not while they were dating or anything. And so I kind of told her, I was like, okay, look, I need to be honest with you. And I wasn't sure if I should have been honest with you a while ago, but I'm seeing this person, we have this history, blah, 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 blah. And I kind of felt bad about it because I felt like I was, as my friend Fu, rest in peace, would say, I was prolonging the truth. And I did not tell her. So I don't know, but she didn't feel slighted or any type of way. I just was like, we just didn't know, like, and if you were gonna have a good thing, I don't know. I didn't want you to potentially miss out on something.
I've only had that happen one other time, and it was with my ex and one of my exes. And way before me and my ex had got together, me and this girl had hooked up maybe once or twice or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then she became really, really good friends with one of my exes. And we had that talk. She was like, so like, do we need to tell her? And I said, I was like, nah. Because it was such a brief moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, for what?
So, okay. So here, I just flashed back. Okay, so that guy was telling you about that his friend wanted to talk to me. So when I realized that he and I like had I'm like, this ain't gonna work. Like the sexual chemistry is that we just need to be friends.
Yeah.
So we became really, really good friends, like really great friends. And he would go on to start dating and eventually get engaged to get married. Mm-hmm. So during I had became friends with the fiance.
Mm.
So I never said anything. I was under the impression that he might have said something, but it also had been so long. And like you said, a brief moment in time where it's like, okay, that happened, but that ain't what it was. And it's like, I don't have feelings for him romantically in that kind of way at all. But it's just the simple fact that it happened. And so when he did not tell her, and it will be like years late, like again, like they're about to get married, a third party tells her. And so he and I are no longer friends because of that. So I don't know if maybe she was thinking maybe it was some unresolved feelings that he might have had while he didn't say anything. But yeah, it was strange. And maybe she thought that, oh, we could have been mocking her. I don't know. But I was like, I don't be caring about stuff like that. So do you feel, let's say you meet a chick, y'all hit it off, y'all are falling in love, and all of a sudden you find out that she might have messed around or briefly dated Phil, Elliot, or Terrence. Would you want to know? Do you think that you should know? Like, how would you? What would you do in that situation? Or
I
the reverse, where you had a great friend and y'all got it in a couple of times, but it was like, this ain't it. Would you tell your partner if you're still bringing her around?
So me, I can only. I definitely ask. There's certain shit where I'm on my Mario wine and shit where like I don't want to know. Okay. And there is some shit where I'm like, yo, like, because my thing is like, I don't want to be out here looking stupid, right?
Right.
So I have asked exes like, yo, and I'll be like, yo, this is my circle. Have you fucked any of these niggas in this circle? In this circle? And like, no. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Cause like cause you know me, I'm cool with a lot of motherfuckers. Right. I can't police your pussy. so like, I in my mind, I automatically assume like, yo, you didn't knock down somebody that dapped me up in the club. It is what it is. So long as you ain't fuck nobody in this list, all right, cool.
Okay. I mean, St. Louis is also so small but so big.
Yeah.
And I feel like, well, I think about college and that time frame I was there because I got out so fast. And my sister moving back there, and I just was like, hey, I might need to give you a list. And then I really realized, I said, actually, it's really short.
Yeah.
But I think about stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't know. I remember I got asked, did I hit like this one person? And I was like, yeah, no. Because but part of me is like, I don't know if I would. I did, but it.
So you did hit them. You just said no.
Yeah, because it's kind of like embarrassing. It's not that it's embarrassing.
Oh, it's a body you don't want nobody to know you got.
Yes.
Okay. And I got some of them. I got some of them.
There's a couple of them that I forgot that those interactions had happened because I was just like, you see people and then you're just like, fuck, like I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
So, I've had unforgettable sex. Let's just say that.
Oh yeah, I got maybe like 2 or 3 that like, nigga, I'm never ever talking about that ever. I'm taking that to the dirt. Nobody will ever know. Yeah. So it's fine, but yeah, like if one of my homeboys or whatever, it's never happened, surprisingly. Um, back to that, and this probably isn't just a St. Louis thing or whatever. It's probably any major city or whatever. With social media, it makes everything so much in a silo. Like,
Yeah.
and you see it with celebrities. They recycle the same motherfuckers over and over. You
Yeah.
know, so it's just we're just regular people, and it happens with us too. So, yeah, like any of my homeboys, surprisingly, I've never had that happen with my homeboys in that manner, where like they're getting serious about somebody and like I have to like nudge them like, hey bro, like we was at the Esquire and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing crazy or anything like that. So
It's
yeah,
range open.
uh, it's still open. The Esquire is still open, you know, but back in the day it used to be ratchet or whatever. You know, now it's a little bit more bougie or whatever, but yeah, it's I've been fortunate enough and shit. Like what like most like my homeboys are so spread out now. So
Yeah.
like, you know, one of them is married in Texas. Ellie is married in Texas with 2 kids. Terrence is in Chicago. Phil, I mean, I don't know what the fuck Phil be doing or whatever, but yeah, it's not really an issue now, more so when it was when we were younger, because we were just back then we were young and horny and just out here.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
think even still, like even being young and horny, I would always, for the most part, try not to let like little shit like that like overlap, like trying to be very aware. I'm like, okay, who's talking to who? Or
Mm,
somebody would tell you something kind of like on the low, like, all right, cool, like, let me fall back. But I don't know, like I just always think about that, like what happens, like, you know, where, like I had a situation out here where that almost happened,
mm.
where my homegirl, like one of my best girlfriends, almost hooked up with a dude that I hooked up with. And I just so happened, like when I tell you the universe was looking out for her, like really was looking out for her. I said, hey, is this so and so? Does he do this, that? Yeah. Sis. I'm like, and not even no, like, oh, they used to be my dude. I was like, no, I'm saving you because you're gonna be sad afterwards. Like,
The
I'm like, if you're trying to get your rocks off, you might, but is it gonna be good? I don't know.
mm, mm. Somebody gotta take them arrows.
Listen, do you think that, okay, so we talk about relationships, the importance of the Hoe Fax.
Yeah.
And I want people to know that the Hoe Fax is just like, hey, if it's somebody new to the scene, hey, we just trying to get a Yelp review, see what's happening. If we're just going to,
Yeah.
is this a go or is it a no?
Yeah.
So, but do you think, even outside of the Hoe Fax, do you think that someone's sexual history is important? Because you get people talking about numbers and things like that. Do you think
Yeah.
that's important?
I mean, I'll keep
And
it
do
a
you think that people hoe card can be deleted?
that shit still is fucking stupid to me. Like, bro, I know you want to act like there every like I said, I think everybody has a body or two where you just like, I was tripping, right? So like, yeah, you just take that on the chin, bro. Like, you ain't gotta say their name, you ain't gotta mention them. You just be like, yeah, man, I got some questionable shit on my record. Who hasn't done questionable shit? We all done young, dumb shit or whatever. But as far as like the bodies and shit, bro, I don't really give a fuck about that. Like, are you clean? Are you healthy? Okay, cool, or whatever. Did you fuck this list? No. All right, cool. Then we can ride. I know that used to be like it still is kind of a topic that, and most of the people that I see talk about that are like younger anyway or whatever. But like, yeah, man, I don't really give a fuck, man. Because in my mind, I'm like, and I started doing this early, like young, like niggas be fucking.
Yeah.
So you didn't fuck something. You didn't fuck something somewhere, somehow, or whatever. Whether it's one
Not
body,
something. Do you mean like
somebody.
a pillow? What is this?
Hey, motherfucker was, man.
You were fucking pillows.
I wasn't fucking pillows. No. No. No, but like I had a sex expert on the podcast way back then, and how she started masturbating. She was fucking on other objects, like yeah, putting shit that you don't think should be going up there to get off. Yeah, y'all gotta go back and enjoy. It's plenty of content, man. Yeah, she was fucking on. I don't want to say some wild shit and be like, nigga, you just saying that to go viral or some shit like that. Yeah, I'll just say she was fucking on something like a bedpost, like the bedpost and shit like that. Like, yeah, she was getting it in. Like, you have to go back and listen to the episode. It's like maybe from 2018 or whatever with the sex specialist or whatever. But yeah, that's how like she was discovering stuff about her body. She was fucking on inanimate objects. So yeah.
Whatever floats your boat.
I mean, but she was young. This is not like 18 or whatever. I think it was younger. Like, you know, when you start discovering shit at like 12, 13 and shit like that.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
But like, she was putting bedposts up her like vagina?
Bro, I would literally have to go back and re-listen to the episode. Okay, but
I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna put it in the description because that's fucking wild. Because I'm thinking about a bedpost and I'm like, okay, so like, so I'm thinking about like I'm thinking about my sister's like for like post bed, and I'm like, okay. The knobs used to come up off the top, but they were round. So I'm like, you wasn't fucking that. Yeah. So or was she just humping like the post? Like,
it's called Touch Me, Tease Me.
Okay.
Touch Me, Tease Me from 2019, January 17, 2019.
Okay.
Go back and listen to it.
That is going in the description of this episode.
Bet. All right, bet. So yeah. So but back to what we was talking about. Yeah, I don't, like I said, as long as it's not something that like I would be embarrassed by, or like you're could put me at risk or some shit like that. Right. Like, I don't really give a fuck. Cause one thing we do know, a motherfucker is always gonna find something to say. So
yeah,
I don't give a fuck. It's like, all right, well, she with me now, nigga.
It's just, I guess I don't really. I don't mind somebody that's experienced.
Right.
I don't need to know how many people
exactly
you fuck with.
I don't need a number, none of that shit.
But petty me, I'm like, okay, can I just see what they look like? Because
I don't want to know. I don't want to know, bruh.
Because I'm like, you know, it be niggas out here, they be like, oh, you know, I only mess with the bad bitches. But I'm like, but bro, I'm looking at your baby mama. Like,
y'all be coming for the baby mama, bro.
I saw your last girlfriend. Like, she's like harassing me in my DMs.
Baby mamas be catching strays out here, dog.
No, but that's the thing. Like, no, because it don't necessarily be their fault, and it don't even necessarily be that they drove. But it's always some man saying some outrageous tweet where he is projecting his insecurities, And then it's followed up with like a follow of a Janae Aiko. And then you're calling SZA unattractive or Ari Lennox or Tiana Taylor. And I'm like, bro, look at you. And I just saw your post. The chick that you was hitting ain't even on the same level. Why?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes the pet of me want to see, because I'm like, you saying that you be dating me, you know, chicks like me and the Kelly Rowlands, and you really dating Felly Rowland. So I just
Kelly Rowland.
I just be wanting to know.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Because like you know, like I tell people this all the time. I am a fucking experience. I'm a vibe. It ain't gonna be nothing like this ever once this is done, if our relationship run its course. So I just think very highly of myself. And
no, I get it.
And even when that situation happened with the you know the not check, I was taken aback. I was like, wait a second.
Really, nigga?
Really, nigga? I'm like, okay. I'm like, I was like, did my hair fall flat? I'm like, do I look like a Muppet? Like,
it ain't had nothing to do with you. He just wanted to.
But then you have to remember that it don't have shit to do with me.
Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with you.
What was convenient at that moment. So
I'm about to say, he wanted to knock that down. Whatever. It'd be like that. It'd be like that.
I don't know. They just at his house washing clothes. I was like,
yeah, I'd be lying if I say I ain't had a like this nigga moment, like this nigga. Like it happens.
It does happen, but I'm like, sometimes I just be like, really? Yeah. And I'm like, dog, like her, I'm like, man, her personality. It don't even have to be personality. I'm like, your head game or something gotta be strong. And I feel like mine is pretty strong. So
oh my God. Wow. Okay. Thanks for sharing.
You know, because sometimes I just be like, okay, I see it. That makes sense. But sometimes I just be like, but that's how I feel like. I feel like every dude, after I date somebody, I feel like every chick is a downgrade.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see you thinking that.
Like, oh, that's how, you know, like that's how.
That's cute. That's cute, I guess. That type of petty.
It is. It's just like, hey, if that makes you happy.
Yeah, and then like, I'm about to say, yeah, if you like it, I love it, bruh.
No, and then it's just like, hey, this stay off my line too. If you got a whole new situation, why are you calling my phone? Don't call me.
But are they
don't
together,
call me
though?
No more. Don't text me no
more.
Are
they
we
together,
can be friends on social media. If you have a question, comment, or concern.
But are they together though? When they do this, if they not together, it's fair game.
I feel like if you entertain somebody that feels like they can at me and say something to me, you definitely have said something of the sort where you feel, or that person feels like you guys are in a relationship. So
that could be, or they could be petty.
I just feel like I shouldn't be at it. And if you,
that's real. That's real.
I really do. And I'm like, if you have a question, comment, or concern, you need to ask that nigga. Don't be asking me.
I feel you. I respect that.
So just saying.
Yeah, I can respect that.
I mean, has there ever been a situation where you felt like you wanted to be petty? Because you always be trying to act like you so perfect. I'm a perfect James Bond.
I don't, duh.
Anything.
So all of my shit is for the most part out there with redacted names. All right. So I was just telling, shout out to Diamond. She worked on a nigga face today.
I know. I saw you all glowing.
I know. I was
Glowing
working on a
and
nigga
shit.
face today. It's just like when you get to a certain age or whatever, you just like, I don't really have the capacity for a lot of shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I try, even when I was younger, like you know this, like I stayed drama free with the exception of that one relationship where like niggas literally was like, "What were you thinking?" With the
Is it,
exception of what?
I think I know
Yeah,
which one you're talking
you
about.
know exactly who I'm talking about.
Same age
So
as me.
yeah, y'all, we was
Still, that was still
yeah,
interesting. I was like,
yeah, and
huh.
that was a fucking product of me being horny and us linking. I'm like, yo, we are getting it cracking. I'm finna settle down or whatever, not knowing the shit show I was about to get into or whatever. And then also she fucked the homie, but that was because they were down at that college that will remain nameless or whatever. But
I don't know that. I don't think I know about that.
yeah, we'll talk about that. But yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, because I got something to tell you about that. Yeah.
But yeah, outside of that one relationship, my shit has been drama free for the most part. Like my
Okay.
life is drama free due to the fact that I know how to shut the fuck up. Like you won't know who I'm dealing with until I pop out with the motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then even like, damn, when the fuck that happened? They're like, yeah, because we date. I get low key. Everybody kind of fall to the wayside. And then boom, this nigga, like, yeah.
Do you get the messages where it's like, I thought we were building something or we could have had something?
So I've been blocked before.
Okay.
When I popped out in a relationship, I've been blocked. Because I told this person that I wasn't looking for a relationship. Keep in mind, this was like 3 months before I actually got into the relationship or whatever.
Okay.
And like with that, you can say that and then you can't predict what's gonna happen down the road. Like
Right. Right.
literally a series of events happened where me and the girl I was dating linked back up or whatever, and it just started going from there or whatever. And then I didn't make it. I should say we didn't make it official until like 3 months later.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we had actually went through the whole dating thing or whatever. So like finally it was like either shit or get off the pot, and I was like fuck it. But that wasn't my intentions to get in a relationship 3 months
Okay.
from now. It just kind of sort of happened. I was having a hot boy summer. That shit got old by the end of summer. And then it just so happened that like this person came along and shit started to, shit, the universe aligned where it was like, yeah, this is what you need to be on. And then boom, I was in a relationship. So like,
Hold on.
yeah.
I need a refill.
So like, yeah, I don't fucking like plan shit or hide shit to be spiteful. It ain't none of your business. Because if you want to shoot your shot at me, shoot your shot. Don't be scared of a little comp.
So
Don't be scared of a little comp.
yeah, it's funny because like I don't really get shot at like that. Like niggas don't be shooting they shot.
I wonder why.
Why?
I don't know. I was just saying that to say
No, nigga, you was trying to be shady. Come with
I
your
wonder
shit.
why.
You
I
said
wonder
that so
why.
confidently.
Big Dom, call her Big Dom, all on the internet personality. She out here, and then they listen to Whiskey Sour, and they be like, "Who is these niggas?" Niggas get intimidated.
I mean, so I just want people to understand. There has to be
Yeah.
no. You gonna feel me on this shit.
Yeah.
There has to be some sort of boundary. And a lot of shit that we say and do, it's not like, oh, we don't stand in that shit. A lot of shit just be for entertainment purposes and kicks and giggles. I'll be just talking out the side of my neck sometimes. But I be wanting to fall in love. I'll be wanting to be held at night. It's a cold, cold world out here.
Nigga, you in Cali.
Okay, so it's warm. It's a warm world, but it's still cold. Cold now.
Look at that. And then that nigga gonna see that and say, see this why I ain't shooting myself.
No, it's just like it's just like it's the simple, it's the I just feel that like like we talk about a lot of shit. Like we talk consistently. It's like different things. There's a whole other such situation that I haven't even told you about. But it just be like, it's weird things that happen. And I don't know if it's, my coworker said today to me that she loves how the way that I guess she would say I would carry myself. She's like, and men are gonna know that they can't fuck off on you. They know that. Because even the way that you just walk through here, men know. So it might seem like nobody's checking for you, but they know that they're pretty much subpar. And if they're not subpar, they have to come to you correct. They have to come to you.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Yeah, they have to come correct.
Yeah, that's true. I'm 30. I'm 33. Wait. Fuck no, I'm not. That's a lie.
Niggas don't even know how old they are.
I am actually turning 35, and I'm trying to plan my birthday party. It's in February, so put some coin aside. We going somewhere. But don't bruh me.
I'm not bruhing you. I said, all right, shit.
But I
have the time.
Yeah, I just feel like that there is. I'm not that people are I'm misunderstood, but it's like I'm misunderstood a little bit.
I mean, so if they were to go solely based off your social media and whiskey sour and then all the other things you do, then yeah. Because there are times where people feel like just off the strength of the podcast where I do share aspects of myself that they completely know me and know who I am. And they don't realize, like, no, once you actually sit down and talk to me for real, there are like layers.
Yeah.
There are layers that you have to peel back or whatever. And like, yeah, if you want to get to that most vulnerable state or whatever, like, yeah, nigga, you can't think you know everything about me off the jump. Like, yeah, that's only a 10% window.
Yeah.
So,
and I think I feel like I share a lot where it's enough where I'm comfortable. When this show is done, there is a reality that I live in, and I can separate the two. Like I have to have some sort of boundary. But I just want people. I want to say this. I want to go on the record and say this. I am telling y'all the truth. I've never been a swinger. I don't have a partner to even swing with. Would I be into polyamory? I don't know, potentially. But I've never been somebody's concubine. I've never been into anything of the sort. I want to go on the record and say that because it's be niggas in like when y'all do send messages, y'all send me crazy shit. Like the person the other day asking me, was I still into swinging? You saw the YouTube. What YouTube did you see, friend? Because I don't know what you saw because I never said that.
Well, maybe they got it confused when you was shout out to Yanni, but because Yanni be talking about that shit. So like maybe they confused it with you being on one of her episodes where she was talking about that shit. And they confuse you for possibly being into that lifestyle. That's the only thing that I can think of off the top of my head. So
maybe, but I really don't even think I even said on her show that I would even be into swinging.
Yeah.
Like now I did say that I was propositioned, and I told him that there is a fee, and he was not trying to pay that fee. But that was the only thing that I said. And it's not like I'm selling pussy out here. I'm not doing that. And even if I was, y'all can't be sex shaming. But all I'm saying is this, that ain't me. So I don't know. And I really want this person to find this clip and tell them, send it to me, because I'm just like, what?
So like any of the women that listen to Dominique on the various shows she be on, if y'all want to send me wild and crazy DMs, my DMs are definitely open, because you be getting some wild shit. I just want one iota of the wild shit.
But you know, it's not consistent. It's like every full moon. I'm gonna say every other full moon is when I get a message. And sometimes, a lot of the times, it might be spam. But that one definitely was a valid message, because we followed the same people. So
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a window. Yeah, so that's y'all invitation to shoot y'all shot. Only if you feel and deem yourself worthy, you know, because she just said she a big hot stepper out here, you know, so you got to come correct. So, but yeah, on the flip side of that, niggas be knowing that, because we just know when we see it, it's like, all right,
yeah,
I'm gonna come with that shit.
Or yeah, they got to.
Yeah.
But I really, just for the record, I really don't get hit on like that. And it's not, my DMs be mad dry, my nigga. Like mad dry. like this, Mojave or the Sahara. Like
all my drama is in real life.
You be popping. And I be so fascinated. I be so fascinated by the stories. I'm like, damn, like, was my shit like this?
That's what I be saying. Like, my shit is all real life. Like, I don't be you.
The shit be confusing me. It's some of the shit.
You see it.
Because listen, I want y'all to know this about James. Jamie is like a unicorn. He is very straightforward, and it's not in this passive aggressive way. But he if he says something to you, like it is no, you don't have to read between the lines when he is speaking to you. And that's just how our friendship has always been. When he sends message, I'm like, yo, but you flat out, it's right there. It's literally right there. And people are not acknowledging what you were saying. So it blows my fucking mind. I'm like, that's why I be like, man, block that bitch. Next. Because it's just strange to me. And I wish that at the age that you are and experiencing dating, which is probably a lot of the reason why I started to also date older men were the ones that were consistently asking me out. But it really wasn't like, they wasn't sugarcoating shit. I didn't have to really be left guessing and try, well, what does this mean? Like, right. I was never having those conversations with my girlfriends. But it's like, it's fucking dope and it's really amazing. And I wish that I could share. I'm like, oh, you literally just said, now it's 3 times. So how is she still not acknowledging this? So it's just, like I said, it is work, it is dope, and that's all I got. Yeah. Somebody gonna get it and they gonna appreciate it.
Oh, it's motherfuckers that's
I wasn't trying to tell your business.
Oh no, it's like some that like they like with you, like, yo, I can't half step with that or whatever, because I'm gonna be honest with you or whatever. And there are other ones that think I be bullshitting, and I don't. Yeah. I flat out don't. I'll be like, all right, I done told you twice. Yeah.
And I think that has been an interesting thing too, because I have learned in dating to be able to speak up more and to say, hey, yeah, or no.
Right.
And it's just been an interesting space trying to navigate it. Just solely based on that alone, because sometimes a lot of people are not used to people holding them accountable. Women, we get a lot of flack for not being accountable, but I want to be held accountable, because if I don't know, and if you don't tell me, how am I supposed to do better?
Right.
And I need to be able to say, oh my gosh, like, I apologize. I didn't know that was a trigger for you, or that will never happen again, or I didn't realize that I did that. So I want to, because life is ever changing. Nothing remains constant, really. Right. And so we want to be the better versions of ourselves. So I'm like, if you're telling me some shit and I'm getting irritated and offended, it's like, I still got a lot of work to do. But also recognizing and being able to articulate to your partner, hey, that's a trigger for me.
Right.
Like, I had to tell homeboy, like, hey, when you like crack jokes or even refer to me as being a hipster, like, I used to get teased growing up for being white.
Oh, okay. So, I was like, make it make sense, but you went to start with an N.
You can say, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be famous. So, I went to Parkway North, but growing up.
That's right.
I grew up in the city, so I went to city schools until I went to high school. So that's how.
That's right.
Yeah, so I went to Montessori school, Washington and Euclid Branch, and then I went to Gateway Middle. So then from Gateway Middle, I went to Lindbergh. From Lindbergh, I went to Parkway North.
I only thought you Nearnix popped in my mind because of one of your other former associates that shall remain nameless, but that's why I thought that.
You know what? One thing, that situation, I know we just totally got but that's what I love about conversations and things like this. That was the first situation that taught me that just because of the things that I wanted to experience and what I wanted out of my life, that people might not understand that and they will fall by the wayside. Because there was no fallout. It was just, homegirl stopped talking to me. And it was when I came back from Paris, like in college.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I got you a souvenir. Never got to give her the souvenir.
Damn.
I still got it. It's this nice shot glass.
It's because she in a cult. Nah, just play.
Who fucking knows? But
no, she's not in the cult. She's not in the cult.
Well. But I think that is like the dope thing. Like that's why I love like our relationship so much, because you just get it. We understand it. And even watching like, oh my God, like Terrence, like him coming to the studio, like to my radio show and just like elevating level of like you inspired me to, I'm like, I did. Shit, look at me out there being a positive influence on these niggas' lives. I love y'all. Like I was somebody act a fool, I'm on the first flight.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know what it is. We love you too. I love you. He love you. And all that shit. So yeah, I'll be out there shortly. I gotta buy my flight still, but I'll be out there shortly.
Okay. Well, y'all. Last time James came here, this nigga, we supposed to kick it. James disappeared on me.
We got high.
Yeah, you got
too high.
Y'all got
too high.
And I was like,
too high.
Fuck.
And the club was literally around the corner from where we were staying. That was crazy. We could have walked to the club and we was slumped because we didn't measure the edibles out right.
I told you. And that's the thing, is like, I'm like, okay, listen, I'm telling you, this is what you got to do. And here y'all is.
It wasn't hitting. And then it finally decided to hit.
Dog, have you ever been? I've been so high. I remember I was in Palm Springs. I was so high. And like you said, I feel like 5 or 6 hours had passed and that edible had not hit. Dog, it hit like in the middle of the night when I was like asleep. And I was just hot. And I went into my homegirl bathroom because it was like ice cold towel. I just stripped my clothes off and just laid on the floor, trying to like cool down. Like the towel was so cold. And I had to I was like, she's like, what happened to you? I was like, listen, I'm just happy that I didn't get sick, like throwing up sick. But I remember I had got up, I was like, man, I'm going to bed because this shit ain't hitting. And then I got up once, I like ate another taco. But it was like 3:30 in the morning. That shit, it was like it hit hard. And I kind of felt a little nauseous. And I felt that watery mouth coming. But I just took my clothes off and laid on the bathroom floor.
Yeah. I never had an edible kick in while I was asleep. I just took an edible. A gummy last Sunday, and that bitch ain't no bitch. That motherfucker hit. That motherfucker hit me. I was like, damn. I was just relaxed. I was chilling. It was Sunday. I didn't plan. I don't really go anywhere on Sundays during the football season and shit like that. So like, I was just chilling, and I was just like, damn. I had some Red Lobster with the cheddar biscuits. And
Red Lobster.
Yeah, I wanted some. I ran a Red Lobster real quick. Got some Cajun chicken pasta, and some biscuits, a half dozen biscuits, and I was coasting. I felt great.
I know. So were you already high when you got to Red Lobster, or did it hit when you got
high? No, so I took it before I went because I knew, because I've taken this gummy. I get all my shit from my homegirl that work at the dispensary over in Illinois or whatever, and it don't hit right away. So like I've eaten enough of them to know like, yeah, it'll take about an hour and a half for that motherfucker to kick in. So I ordered my food. I popped it before I left, went and got my food, came back, sat down. By the time I did all that, the motherfucker started kicking in. I was like, yes, sir.
Dog, I remember we took this edible. I don't know where my homeboy Darren got this shit from, but it was like me, my homegirl Rachel, and it was like my homegirl Jessica. And it was like 4 squares. And so Darren took one and we all took, a square. And I could taste the THC in it.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, but we ended up watching like videos, and we ended up watching the Mario Braid My Hair video.
What the fuck?
I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you, that edible hit so fucking fast. So next thing you know, it's like we just sitting there stuck, and we was like, how fucking long has this video been on? It's been like 20 minutes. And they was like, Dominique, are you starting this over? I'm like, I didn't touch anything. I did not. It felt like it was on a loop, but it just had not. And it was like halfway through the song. And I was like, oh my God, how long is this? And I swear he was just like, to make me feel all right. To make me feel all right. Like 5 times. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it was the strangest thing. I still don't know what happened, but that edible.
Yeah. Nah, between my pen and my fucking the little gummies I got, I be straight. I be chilling. And then I got the like the LED lights in my bedroom and shit that be different colors. So I'll be having like dark blues and shit like that. I be fucking vibing, nigga. Like,
I want to do shrooms so bad.
I know, motherfuckers. We know people that have done it or whatever, and they say it's an experience. I'm fucking terrified. I'm not even gonna hold you.
So I was at a couple weeks ago, not far from here, and this girl, like, and she asked me to be her friend, and she was like, "Oh, and I'm I'm bisexual, but I'm not propositioning you." And I'm like, okay. But she was like, do you want to do shrooms? And my homeboy was like, No. She does not want to do shrooms. But I really did want to do shrooms. I really want to do shrooms. So bad. Like, whatever this trip is, I want to go on that trip.
But what I'm told is like, yeah, if you do them, like, yeah, you can't do shit the rest of that day. Like,
I'm okay with that. I'll call out of work.
Yeah, you have to just like, yeah, you can't have plans. So like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm interested, you know what I'm saying? But
maybe we'll plan that when you come out here. Let's do shrooms.
You'll have me fucked up at a festival, bro. Oh my God.
I ain't trying to be at no festival because I don't want to be paranoid like that, but I could be doing something kind of like an immersive experience where
I'm not taking that shit the day of the festival. We can take it the day before or the day after, but I'm not taking that shit the day. The Once Upon a Time in LA festival.
So you bought festival tickets out here and then asked me if I wanted to go?
Nigga, we have been over this 3 times. What's the name? I barely got the ticket that I got because it was selling out so fast. You can probably still get a ticket. I didn't get no fancy VIP ass ticket. I got like a general admission ticket.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do shrooms. So you come out here.
Well, there it is.
All right. James, tell them where they can find you.
Hey, it's International Podcast Day. The day
it is. By the time it won't be.
So make sure y'all tune in to the Henny Nights podcast. That is everywhere podcasts are located: Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Pandora, all that shit. It's everywhere. Henny Nights. Search it. Follow me on Instagram, White the Prez, JWHITE. I can't even spell JWHITETHEPREZ. Instagram and Twitter, and follow me on TikTok. I'll be doing little TikToks and shit. No, I'm gonna start doing the dance. I'm gonna start doing the dances. I'm gonna do that Marion dance next. I'm ready.
I don't even want to.
I'm ready. But yeah, follow me on everything. So
follow me on I don't be TikToking. I'm trying to get better, even just like uploading clips up there. And also on Fanbase. I'm on Fanbase.
The fuck is that?
We'll Talk Offline. Fanbase is an app that was created by Isaac Hayes III. And
he was talking about that in Clubhouse one day.
Yeah, okay. So I am on Fanbase. I have 6 followers. If I have 6. But it's still slow moving, but it's like I like it because it's like Instagram but perfected in chronological order. Instagram be giving us all this other shit and we just want our timeline in order. Also we want to be able to monetize and where y'all are not shadow banning our shit. I was recently shadow banned. I don't know what I did. I couldn't even go live. So
on Instagram?
Yeah.
Because you be out here showing titties and I'm fed.
I don't be showing titties or nothing. I don't do nothing different than these Instagram models at all. So stop it.
I'm fed the fuck up.
Boy, fuck you. Anyway, y'all buy some candles, subscribe, like, and share the podcast, and I'll catch y'all hoes back here next week.
Peace. Bye.